Now it is visible, ma'am.
Is it? I think it is visible. All right.
Yeah.
So let us just proceed. Give me just a second to start. This session is not only about discussing the important topics which we have to prepare for the exam. Also, we'll be discussing about the strategy with which we can score good marks, and the syllabus content, which is because of the pandemic situation has been modified by the CBSE. So what all things we'll be discussing here is the bifurcation of a syllabus, the analysis of a sample paper which was shared by the CBSE, and the complete syllabus chapter wise important topic, and what all challenges as a teacher which we have encountered during this pandemic. And but the foremost thing is that we have to prepare our students to to deal with that and then bring good marks, to score good marks. And definitely what will be some basic tips which every student of AI should follow to score good marks. So let us proceed with that only. So the subject is artificial intelligence, and the code for is AI 417. And let us just first discuss about why do we opt for this particular subject, because it is including the AI, which is artificial intelligence. Now in every aspect, every domain, AI is being incorporated. So the child needs to know about what is AI, what is the project cycle, and where, even if they are using AI in every aspect, but probably they are not aware of. And since it is a need of an hour to make them aware of what is AI, so this course has been introduced and most of the schools are opting for it. So these are the three key skills on which we are working for. First is the technical skills for AI, then how it is related with the life skills, and how much AI is ready, the readiness of the concept which is being included in the AI. So this is all included in the AI course content. Now, to be precise, I must tell you that for class 10th, term 2 syllabus, the total marks weightage for AI is 50, as you could see here. Out of that, if I bifurcate, 25 marks will be for theory and 25 marks will be of your practical. For theory paper, if I say, the total duration will be assigned as 1 hour, and the child has to appear within this particular hour only. 15 minutes time will be provided for reading. Now the essential thing is that how to utilize the reading time. There are certain questions, certain part in which they have to only opt for, they can look for the one markers. There they can decide which questions they can think about, they can write about, and they can actually build a strategy that which all questions they need to attempt first. So while reading, they can decide which all questions, where the options are given, where there is a choice, they can decide that which all questions they have to attempt for. Now, as you all know that the entire syllabus has been divided into two parts. One is the employability skill and the second one is the subject specific skill. From the employability skill, the total weightage of mark is that of 5 mark only, whereas for the subject specific, it is 20 marks. Now the point comes at which part to prepare first, because if you see in a book, it is that part A is coming, and in that from part A there are two topics which I'll just discuss with you all, whereas in part B also there are two units which will be coming. So the child may not get a clear idea about that which topic to prepare first. It's my suggestion to you all that insist the child to go specifically for part B first, because it carries more mark. It is of 20 mark, and it's not that difficult also that it will take much time or will be difficult for a child to understand. So first of all, they need to go with part B to prepare for the exam. Now, this is a blueprint. If you could see here, for part A, employability skill, as I say, it was for 5 mark. 2 units which are coming into it is entrepreneurial skills and green skills. This entrepreneurial skill, if you see, there are 3 types of questions which will be coming: very short answers, and large answer. So if you could see, there are no large answers from any of these two topics. There will be very short answer or short answer. Very short answer can be 2 and short answer can be 1. Similarly for green skill, and out of them they have to attempt only 3, whereas for short answer they have to attempt only 1. The total weightage is for 3 or for 2 marks. Now we move to second one, which is the part B, that is subject specific skill. As I say, it was of 20 marks only, and you could see here this is natural language processing and evaluation. These are again 2 units which are part B, which are the part of part B. And there you could see very short answers and short answers are there, but large answers are also there. Therefore, the weightage of these 2 chapters has been increased, and you could see therefore I suggested you that the part B carries more weightage as that of a part A. So they should prepare the second part first. Now, what is a format? The paper is actually divided into 3 sections, section A, B, and C. Section A, total section A is the weightage of total section A is of 5 mark, section B is of 12 mark, and section C is of 8 mark. Whereas section A, if you see, there will be total 6 questions, and the topic or the unit from which the questions will be coming in section A will be from employability skills, that is for part A. Now section B, it contains total of 12 questions each, and the total marks of section B will be of 12 marks. And yes, it will be from part B, that is a subject specific. Now to be very precise, if I say section C, it consists of 3 questions. Total weightage is 8 mark, and it is based on competency based questions. Now this competency based, if you see in the syllabus, you will not relate that what is competency based and from where these topics are coming. So let me precise that competency based are actually skill based question to evaluate, to analyze how the child is trying to solve the question on the basis of the skill concepts. So there are certain portion which is included in part B, that is skill subject specific topics. So this section C also comes from a subject specific. Okay, now if you see how the pattern or how the questions are being given with choices and all, so I'll just show it to you. Yeah, you could see in section A there will be in total 6 questions, and out of them first 4 will be of 1 mark. But yes, amongst these 4 questions, the child has option for 3. That means they can attempt for any of these 3 because they consist of 1 mark each. So amongst these 4, they have to attempt only and only 3. So 1 choice is given here. Whereas question number 5 and 6, if you see, they each the weightage of each of question number 5 and 6 is 2 mark. But yes, again, there's a choice to attempt any one. So total weightage, how much? There, since they have to attempt any 3 here and any 1, so 3 plus 2 gives us 5. So section A total weightage was of 5 mark, which I just included and which I have explained to you before as well. So now we move to the section B, and there will be in total 12 questions starting from 7 to 18. But yes, it is further divided into 2 parts. The total weightage of section B will be of 12 marks. It is subject specific, but yes, there are choice options given. Question number 7 to 12, that means in total these are 6 questions. They will be of 1 mark only. And out of these 6 questions, the child has to attempt any 4. Amongst these 7 to 12, they are of 1 mark. They have to attempt only and only 4 questions. Whereas from question number 13 to 18, these questions are of 2 marks each. They are again 6 questions, and the child has to attempt any 4 amongst these 6 questions. This is for section B. Then the last and very important part, very important section of this question paper is section C. Here the total weightage is 8 mark. It is totally based on the competency base, as I said before, and there will be three questions given, 19 to 21. Each question is of 4 mark, but the child has to attempt only and only 2. This is very scoring. This is very simple also. And if the child is very through, or if is very comfortable about these questions, can easily score very high score. So now I'll just demonstrate the sample paper like this. This is section A, section B, and then we move to section C, which is totally competency based, as I just explained it to you. Now, there are certain things which I have to discuss during this session, like from unit 1, it is entrepreneurial skill, part A. So this chapter was basically on the basis of who are entrepreneurs and what are their job roles, why it is necessity, because we never know at this point of time in class 10 what a particular individual is going to do after class 12. So we have to orient them what is a need of on entrepreneur, what are their job responsibility. So making them aware of this is a generalized topic, so they need to focus on these particular aspects of being an entrepreneur. So it is what is entrepreneur and the entrepreneurship, what is their role toward the society, some common activities which are being practiced as a common entrepreneur, then the qualities which they should possess. This is all given in the book, but these are some of the important topic which from which very important questions, or if you could say these are some of the topics from where the examiner prefer to put up a question. So they should prepare from these part, like role of entrepreneur, then importance of entrepreneurs in current society. So that was related to the unit entrepreneurial skill. That is from part A. From part A only, the second unit consists of green skills. If you have read about the chapter, you must be aware of it is focusing on SDG. What are these SDGs? These are Sustainable Development Goals. There are in total 17 SDGs, and every country, every society is working towards it. To orient the student for these 17 SDGs, this topic has been incorporated, though it is basically from the social science stream, but it is being now incorporated in every domain, not only in computer science, but in every. So in this chapter, there are two main aspects which are being discussed, like what is the role of, how the society and environment should be taken up. And second one is our role in sustainable towards the SDGs. So how to orient the student, we have to tell them what is SDG, sustainable development, why it is important, what are the problems related to SDG, which is very common, like it is related to food, water, and fuel. And from them, there are certain, you could say, fields or streams which are incorporated, making it to 17 SDGs, which are very important for every human being nowadays. Then this another topic, that is sustainable development goals that we have encountered. Then sustainable processes. Okay, then we move to, that was related to SDG, but there, what is our role to make it sustainable? So there are certain important topics which you should include and which you should focus on, like quality education, clean water and sanitization, affordable and clean energy, decent work, economic growth. There are some which I have just mentioned, reduce inequalities, responsible consumer and producers. So the chapter is focusing on these topics. A child should understand that what is our role to make it sustainable. So they should understand the meaning of each and every point which I have included over here. From 1 marker, if you say, there are certain questions which are definitely coming from these topics. So for 1 marker, you could say this is an important topic. Now, we straight away jump to our second part, which is subject-specific skill. And here the first unit which I'm talking about is your NLP. The concept comes of NLP. If anyone may ask me, I'll let you know in very simple words. NLP is a natural language with which the computer performs any action. If I give a instruction to a machine, say for example, print a page. A printer may not understand. Reason, a printer doesn't understand what I speak. But nowadays, if I talk about any Siri or Alexa or any such device which understand my instructions, my voice note will perform the action. This is very common nowadays. Alexa is there, Siri is there. You know that thing. You give the speech, you give the voice note, they perform it accordingly. But what is that coding called as? It is called as natural language processing because it hears, it understands, and then accordingly it performs the task. So in this unit, it is basically the introduction of NLP, then text normalization, that means what a text note is being given, how it has to be converted, word tokenization, stemming. What is stemming is, it is actually, if I talk about precisely, it is like when I talk in Indian accent, there are certain specific way in which I use a word. Whereas if I talk about that specific in some other country or somebody else, so if I remove those suffixes and affixes, so what will be the word actually? It is called as stemming. Lemmatization is another word. Then TF-ID, this is very important topic for the AI students for specifically this term too, because in 4 marker question, one question comes from this, which is called as term frequency inverse distribution frequency. So it is very important topic which may come in the exam. So the child needs to prepare for this. Then what is chatbot? If I say chatbot are just a kind of a, this word has been derived from robot actually. The robot, then it transformed to chatbot. You might have encountered that there are certain chat rooms, or you could say you write a message and you get a revert back. So it is a robo machine which is not physically, if I say, a server on which you simply write the instruction and pre-feeded responses you get back. So the device which is giving you the instruction, which is giving you the responses on the basis of your query, they are called as chatbots. Being an IT teacher, I could sense it, and I would like to share that there are various competitions which are there in inter-school levels in which the students are being asked to create the chatbots. And you students are creating successful, very brilliant chatbots on SDGs, on various aspects. So it is very common trend nowadays, but yes, it has to be emphasized amongst the students of class 10 to make them understand the utility of NLP, which is natural language processing. Then script bot is another. It is, you could say, a stem of chatbot. And what is actually, it works like a chatbot only, but what is the difference? A predefined script is being given and it works around that script only. If something is asked other than that particular script, it may not revert you back in a proper way. It may not respond you back as you're expecting because it doesn't have the script. It was not stored with the pre-feeded information. So what is a script bot? It is something like that. And Alexa is an example of the same. Next is a smart board. In every school now, you must have encountered what is a smart board. It is one on which actually works on a huge database, not similar to big data, but yes, it works on a big database from where the net accessibility is there. So many tools are there. You can connect to multiple sites, multiple devices. And when the device which is connected with so many other resources to get the information to show the particular thing in a different way, in a 3D aspect and all, it would be called as a smart board, and which is now a current trend. So this is another important topic of NLP. Now we focus on the last unit of this AI topic, which is from part B, that is subject specific skill. It is evaluation, and very important topic. So first of all, you need to know what is AI, what is evaluation. It is actually analyzing the artificial intelligence model to process. Why to process? To get the desired output. But there are certain aspects for which you have to work on. So when we get the output, so we are evaluating the model first, and on that evaluation only we get the desired output. Or it is very likely we may not get the desired output as well. So when we are talking about the evaluation of a model, so there are 4 parameters on which we work on. For every evaluation, we focus on these 4 key points, which is called as prediction, reality, accuracy, and F1 score. So when I talk about what does each of these parameter mean, I must let you know about what is precision. If I talk about this, is the percentage of true positive cases. That means correct cases versus all of the cases where the prediction is true. So this is precise definition of precision. There's a formula for it. And what it is, it says when we get total true positives upon true positive plus false positive. There's one example which I have demonstrated here also. If the precision is given as 90, true positive cases, precision I have to calculate, and I know the total true positives were 90. So, and the false positive were um, um, 30. So if I put a formula, I get 90 by 120. And after doing this, we will use a log table to get the correct output. I hope that you must be oriented about the same, that you have to use a log table for calculating. Then recall the fraction of positive cases that are correctly identified. The formula for is true positive by true positive plus false negative into 100. These are very important formula. So I'm telling you, this is very scoring topic, and if you know the formula, you can quickly score 4 marks without putting much of the effort. Then accuracy is percentage of correct prediction by all of the observation. So into 100. So this is you can calculate. So correct prediction upon total cases into 100. What is correct prediction? It says true positive cases plus true negative cases will be called as correct prediction. Total cases will be all of them. There are 4 cases which will get true positive, true negative, false positive, and false negative. If we add all of them, we get the total number of cases. So this is how we get the accuracy. The last parameter is called as F1 score, which is actually called as measure of balance between the precision and a recall. So you know what is precision, you know what is recall. How to calculate? 2 into precision into recall upon precision by precision plus recall. So once you put all of them all together, so you will find the F1 score for the same. Now, this is again the very important topic, which I may suggest you that orient your students to solve such kind of questions, because in so many sample papers I have also checked, and as a faculty of computer science, I know this is very, very important topic which the students may use in their near future if they take computer science as a stream, as their profession. So they should use the confusion matrix, and it is actually on the basis of these 4 outputs which I just discussed about: true positive, true false positive, false negative, true negative. And there are certain outputs which you may get. For example, true positive is the predicted value is positive and it's positive also. Whereas for false positive, the predicted value is positive. That means the prediction was positive, but actually it is not. Then the third one is false negative, which tells the predicted value is negative, but it is positive. And the reverse of it, that means the predicted value is negative and it is negative as well. So this creates a confusion matrix. Okay, so there is one more question which is related to term frequency and inverse document frequency. If I tell you about, this is one question taken up from the sample paper, in which you could see how the question has been derived, how the question has been formulated, and how the child has to orient the students to attempt such kind of question. So there are 4 statements, document 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. in which certain words are written. We are going to Singapore. Singapore is a famous. So it is talking about a tourist place, which is a Singapore, and certain statements are being created. Now, how to solve this question? So what you suggest to your student, make a complete table like this. Write all the words which they may encounter here, like we are going to Singapore is a famous tourist place, seashore is, in which there is no repetition as all. You could see the words are being used, but repeated words are not there. For example, we is here, so we are using it only once. And after writing all the words here, we'll see that in first statement, how many times this particular word we has occurred. One only. So we'll write one. R is one only, one. Going is not there, is there. Two is there, Singapore is there. Okay. Is not there. So rest of the words will have the zero as a input given. Likewise, you will do for rest of the statement document 2, 3, and 4. And now you create this type of table, and this is called as term frequency. Now, how to calculate this term frequency? So we will see that how many times this term has occurred. 3 times. 3 times here also 3, and likewise you will see how many times the 1 has occurred, so you will write the number over here. Now to calculate the inverse document frequency, you will, if I say that 3 times it has occurred out of 4, so what you will write 3 by 4. But since it is inverse document frequency, you will write 4 by 3. That means reverse of 3 by 4. Likewise, you will write for everyone, this one. And then this is the formula given over here. And you will have to use a log table definitely. And you must have been oriented how to use it. And then you can write the correct answer. So this is very, very important question, I must say. You should orient the student to practice such question because it's very scoring as well, consists of 4 marks. So I guess it's not that difficult also that they may not understand. Give them the correct way, give them the orient them to attempt the question in a proper way. I hope this will definitely their score correct, complete 4 out of 4 from this question. Okay, so that was all for the subject detailing, the analysis of the paper, the topics which they have to cover for the examination. It's not that vast. It consists of only 25 marks. 25 marks will be for practical also, which will be through internal assessment the teachers will be giving. And then 25 will be totally on these concepts. I don't think it is taking much of the time. Also, they may easily, even at this point of time, they can prepare well. So along with that, orient the students how to prepare. They should prepare, they should strategize it, that which topic they have to attempt first, which answer they have to write, how to proceed. Whenever they're attempting the answer paper, they should section the answer sheet. An answer of section A should not be attempted in section C. A proper bifurcation of each section should be made so that a teacher who is checking, the checker also gets a clear idea about that, yes, this question is from which section. So the confusion which generally arises as a teacher, if I say that which question carries how much mark, if it is in between, if it is overlapping, then it creates a confusion. If a question consists of 2 marks, suppose a teacher doesn't recall at that very moment, may write it, give it 1, because it was not properly oriented, because it was not properly given in a proper way, in a proper section. So I suggest that orient the students to write the answer in a proper section, in a proper order. Proper spacing should also be included so that it is not getting mingled up with the one answer which was written prior. Give these detailing to the students. Along with that, there are certain tips which I would like to tell you all, like the revision to be done early, organizing of a study time, which is very, very necessary now because the date sheet has been discussed. Now it is there, it is floating now. Look after themselves during the study and exam time. Revision techniques they have to follow. It should not be from starting to end. It should be from ending. That means from the last chapter to the first, because throughout the year, while doing there so many revisions, they might have started the revision from chapter 1 only. So many times it has already been they have discussed, they have seen those questions, those chapters, but the last chapters, which are actually more scoring, so I suggest that they should do the revision from the back chapters only. They should start the revision from the topics which where the weightage is more. As the evaluation consists of more weightage, they should start from the evaluation chapter. Then they should focus on the NLP, and then they should move on to the entrepreneurial skills, and then they can focus on SDG, because SDG also do not weighs more. As I'm concerned with examination, it doesn't weighs more. So I suggest that that should be taken up in the last only. Then take regular breaks and healthy diets. No junk foods. No, do more of a written practice. Do more of such uh, questions where they have to write. Solve as much sample papers as they can. We as a teacher are providing so many sample papers, so many questionnaires, so many questions with which they can do practice. They can do the recalling. So it is a necessity. They should go ahead with that. So I would lastly say that exam is a skill. They should learn it and enjoy it. It is not a task which is, they should take it with a very heavy and heavy heart and head. So they should enjoy, because if they prepare well, they'll definitely score well. So that's all from my side. And thank you so much, Goel Prakashan, who has given this opportunity to me to share my, views, to discuss with you all about the topic and the content, the detailing of each and every aspect. So that will be all. And anyone who would like to ask me any question, I'm open for it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Anyone if having any doubt, they can write the doubts in the chat box, please. Ma'am, can you see any doubts? Because the people must be writing directly to you as well. You can open your chat box and see once that if anybody is asking any doubt or not.
1 second, ma'am. No, I couldn't see yet. What tricks can be? I think there's one question. What tricks can be applied to solve section C? Well, I would only suggest that as I have discussed the formulas with you all, I'll share the PPT with ma'am, and probably she can share it with you people all. The formulas are written into it. Kindly solve the questions using those formulas. They are very precise and very simple also. The meaning of each of them is also, they are also mentioned there. So once you solve, take any sample paper from Goel Prakashan also, they have given a wonderful sample paper. You can use that and try to solve as many questions as. The more you solve, more confident you will be for solving such such questions. Yeah. Anybody else?
So I guess, ma'am, all the doubts are clear. So we can take a leave now. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you all the participants. Thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful webinar. Thank you, everyone. You all can leave now.
Thank you.